Dan Resin here. Today we're going to be going over our Rockhard USA epoxy kit. This kit comes in a 3-gallon and a 14-gallon size. First things first, let's go over some of our specifications with this epoxy kit. Our pot life is 2 minutes. Our working time is 45 minutes. Our dry time is 12 to 14 hours. And the return to foot traffic is 24 to 48 hours. Now, our recoat window is 24 hours, and anything past that will require sanding. So, our mixing time is 3 minutes. Our ratio is 3:1. Now, let's get into our coverage rates. So, for a flake floor base coat, we're going to do 1 coat at 150 square feet per gallon. For our solid color floors, it's going to be 2 coats at 100 to 150 square feet per gallon. For a clear coat, it's going to be 1 coat at 100 square feet per gallon. For a metallic floor, you're going to do 2 coats. One is your base coat at 100 square feet per gallon, and your second is your decorative coat at 30 to 50 square feet per gallon. Now let's get into our pigment ratios. So for a solid color floor, you're going to use 1 liter pigment per 3-gallon kit, or 2 500 milliliter pigments per 3-gallon kit. For metallic floors, so for the powder pigments, you're going to use 1 12-ounce jar per 3-gallon kit, or for the liquid pigments, you're going to use 1 liter pigment per 3-gallon kit, or 2 500 milliliter pigments per 3-gallon kit. So let's go over some of the features of this epoxy. So it's a premium epoxy, which means it's going to have fewer bubbles, exceptional clarity, and it's extremely consistent, which makes it ideal for metallic floors. Now let's go over to our demo.
So here we're going to be spreading out our base coat, which is just a white. Now again, just make sure you spread it out evenly across the board. We're using our roller here, so with the floor, again, you're going to be using a notch squeegee, getting that even spread and then back rolling it. Alright, so here we're gonna go ahead and mix our colors together. We're gonna be pouring our colors down in lines here for our design. And we actually have way more material than we need, so we're gonna fill this board up all the way. So now we're gonna go ahead and use our foam brush here to start our design. Just putting some nice waves in, just playing around with the material. And then we noticed that actually using our little stirring stick here was moving the material much better in our case. So as you can see, the material flows very nicely. Let's begin with surface prep. So if you have a concrete surface, you're going to grind the surface. However, in our case, we have a wooden surface, therefore we are sanding it. You're going to want to make sure that you clean your surface with either xylene, denatured alcohol, or acetone to make sure you get rid of any bond breakers or any contaminants. So now we're going to go ahead and mix our materials together. This is a 3:1 ratio. Now I mixed the pigment in the part A beforehand, and then now I'm mixing in the part B with the A. You're going to mix this for about 3 minutes, making sure you're scraping all the sides and getting a real thorough mix. Now I'm putting down the material. And most of the time you'd use a squeegee or a notch squeegee on a floor, but here this is such a small board that we're going to go ahead and use just a roller to do this. Now once you do a notch squeegee on the floor, you're going to follow that up actually with your roller, making sure you're back rolling and getting the material as evenly spread as possible, as we're doing here by going up and down, left and right, and side to side. Now this material is self-leveling, so it will level out, but you just want to make sure you get this nice and even. So now we're gonna be throwing on our flakes here. You will see that I am sprinkling them on here. In most cases, when you are doing this on a floor, as we'll show you right now, you're gonna be throwing them in the air. However, when you're doing a simple board like this, you don't have much space. We're just trying to get this to basically flake it till rejection, till there's nowhere else to throw any more flake. Now, once we wait for it to dry, we come back and we're gonna go ahead and scrape off all the excess flake. So when you're doing this on a floor, you're gonna use a blade to do this. And here we're just gonna go ahead and scrape it from all the sides, try and get as much off as we can. So now we're gonna go ahead and mix our polyaspartics together to get our top coat here. So we're gonna go ahead and pour it just like we did with the base coat. And then we're gonna go ahead and spread it out with the roller, just like we did with the base coat as well. When it comes to using epoxy for your top coat, we do not recommend that you do that. We're just showing here that it is possible. You don't want to do this because epoxy will yellow over time. It's not UV resistant. We recommend that you use our polyaspartics to top coat over your flakes, as it won't yellow. It's UV resistant and it's a more durable finish. Thanks for watching our epoxy demo. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you later.